All right, this is like my third attempt because I did not press the record button the last two times. But anyway, let's try this again. This truly feels like IPL 2024 is on fire. I mean, the whole tournament is gaining momentum and it's burning orange all over Hyderabad, a little, even in Mumbai, I guess. But what the hell was that? It was nothing sort of a massacre in terms of batting. And I mean, both ways. Mumbai Indians actually gave us fans a lot to be afraid of today. Their batting lineup was nothing short of excellence again. I mean, this game felt like a fever dream, like the experience was, or the emotions throughout the match were either just like pure ecstasy, and just elation, or at the same, or in some instances, it was just like having a nervous breakdown. Your BP is just coming down because Sunrisers are known to bottle such matches. They've done it before, and we know they might do it again. They might actually bottle this and lose a match like this. And it was pretty close. 31 run margin is not a lot. Anything could have happened. Only if Tim David or Mario Shepard came in a little early, things would have been really crazy. Or if Ishan Kishan carried on like he started, it would have been a different script altogether. But so let's get to the match. As in, there were two big captains, coming with great backgrounds. One captain is famous for silencing stadiums. The other captain, is known for, being booed. Unfortunately, believe that SRH is actually, capable of doing this. In fact, even after they hit such a huge total, the fans were all nervous, because they're known to bottle these innings. They are known to bottle these innings, but today they held their ground, they held their nerves. It was a brutal pitch for bowlers, but finally Sunrisers came out, winning at the end. I mean, starting with SRH batting, right? It felt like Travis Head was the missing piece in the entire lineup. But was he really? We have to wait and see what happens in the next few matches. So maybe it's too early to say that. But I feel like Abhishek Sharma found a perfect opening partner in Travis Head. Traditionally in Indian batting, sanskar as they call it, it's always a left-right combination, and I think that's what happened today as well, right? Mayank Agarwal, couldn't just get off the ground today, and eventually they ended up playing lefty lefty, and they confused all the Indian bowlers, also the South African bowlers, also the Australian fielders, right? So it was fantastic. So and from this day on, I think Travis Head will get a huge amount of respect. I think I'm gonna watch this match like a few more times, and I guarantee a lot of fans will actually watch this match a few more times because this was just not an ordinary match. It was not. It was next level of excitement all over, right? And by the way, for context, Sunrisers Hyderabad actually scored more than what India scored in the World Cup final, probably because we had two key Aussie players on our side now. But overall, I think our batting was just pure poetry. It was not just some brute force hitting, but the Sunrisers, namely Heinrich Klaasen, Abhishek Sharma, Aiden Markram, Travis Head, were just middling it with absolute class. It felt like Travis Head was the missing piece in the Sunrisers lineup. Was he really, though, is something that we'll have to wait and see maybe in the next two matches. But it just feels like Abhishek Sharma needed an aggressive partner, and I think we have that in Travis Head already. I know Mayank started opening today, didn't have a great day, on the pitch, but when Abhishek Sharma and Travis had batted, I think it was just pure class. It was just And I think in Hyderabad's going to just own Travis Head now, like because they have a love for left-hander batters from Australia. And if you've seen how David Warner was treated in Hyderabad, you can expect a lot of memes, a lot of titles like Travis Head Garu and so and so. But this is going to be it. Like it feels like the combination is set at least for the top order batting, not just the top order, even the middle order. Because after Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, even Mayank Agarwal, we'll see Aiden Markram and Klaasen. And if one of them is not present, then you know what? We have Glenn Phillips, who's just sitting idly there. I mean, Glenn Phillips is on the bench. So Abhishek Sharma also, struggled in the last year's IPL, but he's coming from a very good domestic season. I loved watching this guy play. I saw some highlights, and very happy for him. What an absolute, beast of a player. And being left-handed, always helps. It just looks more and more stylish. And it was really cute of him to acknowledge even Brian Lara saying, "Hey, last night I spoke to Lara. Maybe that was a reason to for a great knock." So very sweet kid, and cannot wait to see what he does in the next few matches along with Travis Head, Klassen, and Makram and Mayank Agarwal. And speaking of Klassen, I think he's a Hyderabadi now. He's a crowd favorite. But he was seen talking to Mumbai Indians owner. For heaven's sake, just keep him away from that billionaire, please. For Hyderabad's sake, like I think we should just buy him perpetually. Pat Cummins leading from the front, had wonderful strategies. Actually, same strategies, while bowling slow balls, coming into the battle, leaving them absolutely helpless. While his partner, or a protege, I can call it, at least in this match, Unatkat, who was replacing Natarajan, was, bowling extremely well. I think they had a lot of brainstorming going on and off the field, and you could see that. You could see that play out. Bhuvneshwar Kumar coming in and doing his thing. Yes, he did leak runs again. Every bowler leaked runs today, but the three of them actually had a good rhythm going today. Plus, this is a high-scoring match, and whenever you have high-scoring matches, it's a matter of the calls that the captains take. It's all about captaincy, and it's the mindset on the field, the lengths you bowl as a bowler, rotating those bowlers, setting the field. Although I thought that Sunrisers field setting today was kind of weird. Generally, you'd find Pat Cummins or Travis Head everywhere on the field. Travis Head was substituted, and I didn't see, apart from one catch, I didn't see Pat Cummins everywhere, which is what happens when you're playing Australia, especially in England. But that being said, it just showed, what captains like Pat Cummins can actually do to just turn the game around. Travis Head was dropped at five, and I think that's where after that he just took off. And the way he opened with the new bowlers like Mafaka, I think, who I felt was sadly just thrown under the bus. He did get a lot of love from a lot of senior players, a lot of his teammates on the internet saying it's just the first match, you'll get better, and rightly so. But not bowling Bumrah in the power play is just wrong. It's just wrong. I mean, Hardik Pandya, even bowled it himself, bowled one himself. And I get it, the swing, yada, yada, yada. But come on, man, it's just with Bumrah. You can't ignore the guy. He can take wickets on any surface at any point in the game. Although he's very strong with a new ball in the power play in T20s. So I don't know what happened. But the openers just smacked Pandya, Mafaka, Kutsie all over the place. Travis had got the fastest 50 for Sunrisers Hyderabad in IPL in just 18 balls, only to be broken by Abhishek Sharma, who did it in, wait for it, 17 balls. and his overall score of 63. And it just happened in a matter of like few overs. I think 20 balls is what I heard in the commentary. And I loved what Ian Bishop said during the commentary. This is pyrotechnics of the highest order from Sunrisers Hyderabad, and rightly so. But after, Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma and Mayank Agarwal departed, it was time for Klaasen. The middle order. The middle order has always been the best, in the Sunrisers team. Klaasen again smoked every bowler, man. Smoked every bowler across the ground. And mind you, this is no Ahmedabad or Bangalore. It's not an easy ground to hit sixes, apparently. But this guy's a mad lad. And he even helped us cross Royal Challengers Bangalore's highest score with a six. On a side note, RCB now only holds one record, which is the lowest score, in IPL. Somehow, Sunrisers, are just a bad omen for RCB, I guess. Just a bad omen. Very funny. I can't wait to see, what will happen when they actually visit Hyderabad this year. Last time when that happened, I think Virat Kohli hit a six. So not six. What am I saying? Virat Kohli hit a century, and then Klaasen scored a century in response. And yeah, so Mumbai Indians was saving Bumrah, but by then Sunrisers had already crossed like 170 runs. There was no point. I mean, why even bother at this point? I actually thought that Pandya would not bowl him, or not let him bowl all his four overs. It felt like this was some sort of a deliberate choice because of, all the usurping of captaincy, etc. Who knows? But it does look like the Mumbai Indians spirit is slightly different this year because of everything that's happening off the field. um I don't know. I hope some of the fans from Hyderabad shouted and asked the Mumbai Indian owners, um about what actually happened and why did you do uh what you did, blah blah blah. But anyway, after bowling the fourth over of the innings, Bumrah did not deliver another ball till the 13th over, by which time number 5 Klaasen was batting on 8 of 3 balls, and Sunrisers Hyderabad were already well on their way to a record breaking score. By this time, there was no pressure, and there was an experienced batting pair between Klaasen and Makram. As in, there was no pressure. Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma gave them such a great start. They felt comfortable in the middle order, and they were just, as it's a famous saying, they were expressing themselves. They really were expressing themselves. In fact, I saw some of these balls where a classic Bumrah ball, it just swings and comes into your middle and leg stump, and most of the batters just gave up their wicket there. The famous one has to be Finch's dismissal last year, before last year, we almost fell off. And that ball was bowled. Even in the last match, he dismissed Saha. It's a classic Jasprit Bumrah delivery. And but today, Markram actually defended that really well. Defended it really, really well. So I think they were just comfortable, and they just got used to it. Also, probably because the ball was a little older. Who knows? But that being said, apart from the bowling, Mumbai Indian batters, just showed us the stars, as they say in Telugu in Hyderabad. Rohit Ishant partnership was a solid start. No one expected that response from the opposition. I mean, even Pat Cummins joked, about the pitch, in the post-match presentation, saying, "Do we actually started bowling? We didn't know, you know, what the pitch was doing, and how difficult it was to bowl on that pitch." And the openers showed great temperament. They got the engine going from the first over. They actually hit more sixes than Sunrisers today. Can you believe that? They still ended up on the losing side. And mind you, Rohit Sharma is a very popular player in Hyderabad. He's a very popular captain, a player person in Hyderabad. He has a very loyal Telugu fan base. Um, And if you're an old schooler like me, you'd recognize him from the Deccan Charger days. And apparently the crowd didn't take it. Um, you know, apparently the crowd didn't take kindly to the new captain, and he was booed, which was kind of sad. But looks like he might actually be doing a boat tour across the country this IPL. I'm not endorsing it, but I think it's kind of sad. But it just shows, how much loyalty is important in IPL. The fan base is crazy, and it's Indian fans. They're crazy. Indian fans are mad. Anyway, after the opening pair, Tilak Varma and the younger Namanthir showed Paddy and his boys that the pitch does work both ways. They put up a partnership of 84 runs. The Orange Army was losing color by then, till Unatkar did the trick, and he made Namandir shoot straight to Captain Cummins, and it felt like they had this plan laid out all along. As in, yeah, that's what it is, right? Like Pat Cummins, I saw him talk to the bowler. The ball before that was a six. They had a little discussion, went to that spot, and Namandir just hits it straight to the fielder. A little later, Captain Cummins sees Tilak Varma firing all over the place, and he says to himself, "Fine, I'll do it myself." And Tilak Varma is gone. And in the context of the game, both of them were just excellent, especially Unatkar, as in coming in, after Natarajan bowled in the first match. He was, a replacement to an injured player, and a high scoring match. And in the context of the game, this guy just bowled, really well. Just let's look at the numbers, right? Like in the last 5 overs, Unatkar bowled 2 overs, and Cummins bowled 2 overs, and Unatkar gave away like 5 and 14 runs. That's like what, 19 runs, and he got a wicket. And Captain Cummins, just got like 10 runs in both overs, and he also took a wicket. So 29 runs of these 4 overs with 2 wickets. Again, in the context of the game, that's cookie talk. There was a little bit of scare after that because Tim David is a monster. Wide shoulders, huge guy, can hit anywhere in the ground, and anything could have happened. But I feel like the momentum had dropped by then. Hardik Pandya came in, couldn't settle in really quickly. I'm seeing that he's just swinging it, or he's unable to see the ball like he used to. It's like there's something different in his playing these days. Could be age, maybe he's growing older. Maybe the injuries are definitely not kind, and I'm sure he had to work really hard to get back. So maybe because of the injury, like he's struggling a bit there, because the Hardik Pandya that we know, kind of just comes in and slams, and he was not able to do that today. And so that reduced the momentum. Romario Shepherd, the impact sub, came in very late, possibly after a night of Halim with the Sunriser boys. But that was it. The game ended with some massive records being broken, like 523 runs scored by Sunrisers and Mumbai Indians together for any T20 match, surpassing 517 runs between South Africa and West Indies in the Centurion. In 2023, 38 number of sixes hit in Hyderabad, 18 by Sunrisers. Again, the losing side, Mumbai Indians, hit 26s. This is the most in any T20 match. 277 for three. The Sunrisers total against Mumbai today is the highest in the history of IPL. They broke our neighbor's record, which was 263 against Pune Warriors. I'm talking about our very own Royal Challengers. And finally, in the men's T20 highest totals, the first one, the top one, is actually 314 for three by Nepal against Mongolia. in Asian Games last year, followed by Afghanistan's 278 for 3 against Ireland in 2019. And Czech Republic, who I didn't even know played cricket, also scored 278 for 4 in the Continental Cup in 2019. So, this is also the second highest total on Indian soil behind the whole Afghanistan's effort. 246 for 5 Mumbai's total in in a chasing situation that is the joint fifth highest for any team in IPL. It is also the highest total for any team in a run chase in the IPL and the highest in the losing cause in the league. Losing cause, guys. 246 runs in 20 overs. They still ended up losing the game. Anyway, um that's that, I guess. And yeah, again, like any Sunrisers fan could relate. We actually thought we'd bottle up this match as well, because 31 runs is a very small margin, a very small margin. And we thought we could get a little bump on that sweet thing called NRR and net run rate. And unfortunately, we didn't. But as a Sunrisers fan, we're just happy we won, because last year we only won one, like one game at home. So this is a big upgrade, and looking forward to more home games. I cannot wait to see, like, especially with RCB. If, when Virat Kohli comes in, it's going to be very interesting. Actually, all the teams, even CSK, with Rachin Ravindra and Rahane and Gaikwad, it's going to be interesting. So that's it, I guess. And see you in the next match. Goodbye.